So, my topic as a whole is why were felines considered gods by the ancient Egyptians in 31 BC? And I chose cats because I love cats, obviously, and I changed it to felines because um, not only were cats in general thought of as gods by the ancient Egyptians, but so were lions and the Sphinx and other feline creatures. And 31 BC was around the time where it was most prominently thought to be that way. So the topics that I had to search in Quest and the LC subject headings that I used, specifically the ones that worked best, were when I did an advanced search, and I used cats and Egypt, and I also tried doing Egyptian history or cat history, and then I also tried felines and mythology. But the one that worked best for me was definitely cats in Egypt because it gave me a broad search term to use as a whole, and then I could really weed through all the different results that I wanted to choose more specific results, and then I could look at some of the books that came up, and then I could also choose subject terms that I wanted to use further. But definitely the ones that worked best for me, the LC subject, was cats dash Egypt, so cats and Egypt. And then the process, it was quite a long process for me. I did not find something, well, I guess it was kind of hit and miss. When I first searched, I searched, I think I searched cats in ancient Egypt and nothing came up. So I took out the ancient and I did cats and Egypt. And then I found some fiction, juvenile fiction book, and I clicked on it, and I think one of the subject terms was like cats folklore. So then I clicked on that, and then I just kind of just keep on clicking on the subject terms until I found cats in Egypt. I looked up Egyptian history, and it had cats, the cat goddess in there, which is Bast, I think. And then it had cat history, and it also had the cat goddess in there because that's a pretty big part of history. And eventually I found, when I searched the Mobius website, I found quite a few books that were very helpful, such as The Cat in Ancient Egypt, and there are actually two books, Felines and Pharaohs, the Cats in Cairo, The Cats in Cyprus. Very good books that were just like very historical books that I could use that were very fact-oriented instead of fiction-oriented, because in Quest it was a lot of juvenile fiction books instead of fact-oriented books. And then I also found that the controlled vocabulary searching was much easier than the keyword searching, because the keyword searching just brought up a very general term search and a lot of results that I necessarily didn't want to use. And so with the controlled vocabulary searching, I was able to find more specific things that I wanted to use. With my experience on the database search strings from week 8, I liked them. They were easier, but I found myself using a keyword first because that's what I knew, and then I would figure out what type of search statement I wanted to use and specify later on. So on my research process as a whole, something that I can do I think I've refined my topic down pretty well, because like I said earlier, I changed cats to felines to be more broad, because there really isn't a lot of specific literature on cats in ancient Egypt and specifically 3100 BC. But I also changed the time period to 3100 BC specifically because that was a big era, when there was a lot of gods that were related to cats and other animals. I also specified it down to ancient Egypt because there's also other literature out there that says cats were in other areas besides ancient Egypt and were domesticated in other areas. Something I learned from using the Credo reference concept map is how to be more specific. Like, originally, I was just like, I'm going to do something about cats and see where it goes. But now I have a very specific search term and research question that I want to use. And it really helped me with the who, what, when, where terms and filling out those. And then finally, one thing that I've learned in class so far that I will use in future research assignments, once again, probably the CRAP test, or no, yeah, is that, yeah, the CRAP test, that's really helpful because it's like relevant, totally relevant for anything that you're searching, and then also, who, what, when, where, why, to make your topic more specific, because in the past I haven't been as specific. And then also the research databases and how to use them really helped me out a lot because, and it mattered to me because in the past, I'm a debater and I would be given topics and I would just straight go to Google and search for whatever came up. But that gets me in trouble when I go into an English class and you need a scholarly resource, or really any college class and you need a scholarly resource. You can't just go to Google. So definitely being taught how to use all of the searching, shortcuts, like all of the Boolean, I think, tools or whatever, helped me out a lot for my researching in the future and how to narrow down what I'm going to research for.